Hello there. It is the 7th of August, 2023. I'm Karen from karenturpin.com. Do you notice how I always check on my wall calendar before I say the date? Anyway, this week I'm going to talk to you about how to use your energy to create the life that you want. And I'm following on from a theme from last week, which was about trusting yourself and really harnessing the power that is within you. I think it's really, really important at this time that we all do this. And I do believe that we are, in inverted commas, right? Infinite potential having a human experience. I'm sure you've heard that before. We really are spirit in a physical body. And we are made of so much power and light and energy that really we do have the ability to create almost anything that we want. Everything ever created came from just one single thought, and then energy was built into it, and then it became manifest. We can certainly create a beautiful, abundant life for ourselves anyway, if we use our energy wisely. So, we are born as babies, perfect, born with the knowing that all our needs are going to be met, that we are abundant, that we are worthy, that we are a force to be reckoned with, in a sense. And yet, for many of us, many of us, very early on, that belief in ourselves, that trust in ourselves to be able to do anything, starts to be eroded by the things that we experience in life. And this can happen as a small child, as a small baby, depending on the life experience that you're born into, the situation that you arrive into, what's going on with your parents, all of that stuff, socio-economic environment, all of that, are you safe in the home that you're born into or the place that you're born? All of that has an impact upon us. And very quickly, it can start to erode our trust in ourselves, our feeling of being safe, and we get internally confused about what we're capable of or not, how worthy we are. Should we even be here? Should we be seen? Should we speak up? All of that we can get really confused about if we're not in a loving, supportive place. And let's be honest here, many of us are not, right? But in that experience that we have, we can begin to feel powerless, insignificant, like we have no place or purpose here. And that can continue on through our whole life. It may start later for some people. Some people have it from early on. But no matter, it accumulates with time, this feeling of being not worthy, not good enough. And as I say, this feeling of being insignificant or useless even. And all of these things, these feelings and the meaning that we give this can make us, can move us rather into a very low vibrational state. Now, we know this as adults. You're interested in consciousness and spirituality, so we understand that a low vibrational state is that heavy state, that feeling like you're dragging yourself through life, that you're trying to get ahead, but you just can't. You're moving slowly, very, inefficiently creating the life that you want in that real heavy space. And even though you know about vibration, sometimes we don't recognize within ourselves that we're in that low energy space. We know that something feels off, but we can't quite identify or pinpoint what it is that makes us feel so heavy and so stuck. Well, obviously, this is the line of work that I'm in a sense. I work with a lot of people that come to me saying, I don't know, I'm just so flat, I can't get ahead. So I'm interested in this. And it's an energy thing, right? So the people that come to me for help, they're great at what they do. They're very awake, wise, conscious people. They understand spirituality and vibration, and yet they can't seem to work out why they can't make it to the next level, why they can't elevate themselves. And this is not just in business. It can be in their health aspirations or in their relationships or creative pursuits. There's something they want to do, but they just can't get there, it seems. And I found that it's really connected to where you are or where they are in their level of consciousness. So it can be that they are the ones having to generate the energy all the time, and it's a hard slog. They can feel that they're not supported by spirit or source. And this can be as well the masculine and feminine alignment. I see people using their masculine and feminine energies in a less than helpful way. I think there's a big misunderstanding around masculine and feminine energy as well. And so I see that very often people are thinking that they're in their feminine energy, but they're using it in a toxic way. Or they think they're stuck in their masculine energy, but they're using that in a toxic way as well. And what I like to help people see and understand is that there's a divine masculine and a divine energy, feminine energy as well. And if we can elevate into that, then life flows much more easily because you have the power of spirit behind you. Then you're not, trying to shovel crap uphill, that kind of thing. Because it can feel like a hard slog, can't it? When our energy is out of alignment. And that's very often, as I say, what I see with this masculine, feminine misalignment. And often people are trying to be everything to everyone, kind of like the people pleaser. That often comes from a wound that we sustain in childhood as well. And so people are spreading their energy too thin in all the wrong places. And again, they can't see what they're doing. They may feel, I haven't got a choice. I've got to do this for these people. Maybe we could have a talk about boundaries, personal and energetic boundaries, because all these situations that we get ourselves into that feel heavy are actually draining us energetically. We have no energy left to put into our thing. And then spiritual New Age circles tell you that you shouldn't be selfish and put yourself first. But, there is an expression, put your own oxygen mask on first before you help anyone else. And oxygen is life, is energy. So all of that goes together, I think. We need to have a look at how we use our energy, because there are ways we can do it much more wisely. So these things that I've expressed here probably describe half the people that you see on Instagram or Facebook that are trying to promote their businesses. They're literally shoveling it all uphill on their own because their energy is out of balance. And this applies to a lot of the people who are trying to get on top of their health as well. The energy around the whole thing is just askew. And if they could hone that in and focus it, they would be much more effective in what they're trying to create in their life. And I often think that if they could just let go of the need to control everything of how they want to see it play out, if they could just listen to their inner voice and focus on what they want from a place of internal guidance, being inner directed, they would be much more likely to be able to achieve it. If they could approach their goals and aspirations from a place of empowered co-creation, as opposed to feeling desperate and needy to achieve these things, they would be much more likely to achieve what they really want, because they would be in the flow. They would be internally guided. They would be in their divine masculine and feminine. So the divine feminine would take the inspiration and the divine masculine would put it into action, and there would be a beautiful dance, and they would be able to energetically use all of that to move themselves forward towards what they really want to experience in life. But we're just not taught these energy principles, are we? We just don't know. And of course, it's something that I'm passionate about, because that's what I do with my work with clients and in groups and courses, learning how to use our energy well. And of course, I've learned it the hard way. I learned it from a place of being completely depleted and unable to get what I want in life. And even saying that I wanted to get certain things in life, it used to make me feel guilty and greedy and selfish saying those things, because a lot of what we hear in New Age teachings, as I say, would tell me that that's selfish for wanting things. But it's a bit askew when it comes to that. And I know it wasn't meant to be that way for us here. We're meant to be abundant. Our birthright is natural abundance. And, thinking that we can't have things is missing the whole point. It's not greedy. The only time it becomes bad is if you trample over other people and you lie and cheat and steal to get there. If you're doing it fully aligned with your expression of who you truly are and how you've come to be of service, then the abundance that comes to you is a natural energy exchange. Nobody looks at a fruit tree that's fully laden with fruit and says, oh, look at that tree, it's greedy, it's got all of that stuff, and it's just going to go to waste because it's going to fall on the floor. It's like, what? That's ridiculous. That is nature in its abundance. What we do is we look at that and say, wow, look at that tree, it's so abundant, it's beautiful. Why can't we do that with each other? Why do we have to point the finger and say, oh my God, she's got so much, she's greedy? Why can't we say, wow, how beautiful, how lovely for her that she's achieved that? Of course, we only really want to do that to the people that have achieved it in a nice way. We're not into cheating, lying, stealing, of course. But if you are giving value, if you are of service, then it's right to have the natural energetic exchange, right? Because I always say it's like the in-breath and the out-breath. So I give and I receive, and I give value and I receive energy in exchange. Money is just energy. Let's not get all twisted about it, right? Let's just be in a beautiful flow of energy. The thing is, because of all the things that we've heard and been taught, and the judgment and the criticism of rich people or people that achieve success and all of that stuff, that's all limiting beliefs, right? If we could let all of that go and be in a place of gratitude, be in a place of just allowing, then the abundance that is our natural birthright would actually just come to us. Much of the time, why we're not abundant is because we have all these horrible, negative, limiting beliefs, and we're actually repelling all the beauty and abundance that wants to come to us. When we're repelling it, we're also in a state of not feeling worthy. Or it can be that we are in a space where we are not listening to our inner guidance. We are overriding our inner knowing, our inner voice. Sometimes we've even switched it off so that we can't hear that inner guidance anymore. And then we're wondering why we can't get ahead. And sometimes we just don't trust ourselves because we've sabotaged ourselves so many times in the past that we've betrayed ourselves. I talked about that a little bit more in last week's video. Now, I know that all of this is correctable. We just need to learn how to use our energy powerfully and wisely. And this, to me, is empowerment. It's not about being empowered and strong and bullying our way around to get what we want. No, it's about coming into alignment with the power that is within us, our divine essence, our soul purpose, sharing with the world the gifts and talents that we were born with. It's about what we are here to give and receive. And all of that, to me, is abundance. We are not supposed to be diminished in our power or our ability to do good in this world. And rather, I believe that when we can all work together to empower each other, that's when we become a force of good in the world and we lift each other up. And when we do that, we all rise together. And that's something that I'm very passionate about, helping everyone to be empowered in the way that is right for them, that is unique for them. That's the beauty that I see in this world, and that's how I like to help. So if you want this type of help, if you would like to be in a group where we are helping each other, lifting each other, then please reach out to me. Join my Facebook group. It's called Awake, Aware, Sovereign and Free. I have a course coming up next week. Actually, we start next week, 17th of August we start, 10 days from now. It's called Power and Potential, and it's all about unlocking your power and potential from within, because very often we do lock it down inside, not knowing that we've done that, right? So this course is all about finding and discovering the power within you and bringing that up. It's about trusting your intuition. It's about balancing your masculine and feminine energy, being in that divine flow, listening to your inner guidance, raising your level of consciousness from, the victim mode, I can't get ahead, to being absolutely in the flow, fully connected with spirit. So that's something I'm passionate about, as you probably heard. It's my upcoming course. If you'd like to join, please reach out to me. I would love to support you in this. But otherwise, look out for me on Facebook, Instagram. Share this video, like and subscribe, because that is how the algorithms on YouTube work, to spread this message to more people. And personally, I think it's a good message. I think if we all love and support each other in this way, the world will be a better place. But that's just me. Anyway, I will see you next week. Have a great week. Bye-bye.